If you're joining us for the first time, this is Rima Consults. I would ask that apart from myself and Joshua, who is going to share his experience, I ask that you keep mute until you have a question for us. Um, at Rima Consults, we offer a very comprehensive immigration services that is tailored to meet the diverse needs of our clients worldwide. And our employment-based green cards cover a range of categories, including the EB1A, the EB2 NIW, the EB1B, EB1EC, EB3, EB4, and then EB5. But I think what makes us a little bit different from most of the firms out there is that we understand that immigration is not just about paperwork, and it's about dreams, aspirations, and building a better future. That's why we also offer individual and family immigration-based services to assist individuals and families in navigating the complexities of temporary visas, marriage-based visas, green cards. And more precisely, at River Consults, we prioritize personalized attention, um, and our YouTube channel and our LinkedIn page will be an informative resource for individuals considering these process. But today we have a very exciting opportunity to share an experience from. Today we have an exciting opportunity to share an experience, and specifically with Joshua. And before I say a lot, I will just give him a couple of minutes so that he describes himself. And we're going to talk more about who he is. But Joshua, if you don't mind, like tell us a little bit about yourself and who you are.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rima Consult, and thank you very much, especially Mr. Odro, Dr. Odro and team. And I also thank anyone joining this evening. My name is Joshua Yeboah Esiama. I am from Ghana. I came to the US in 2023, and then I've been a student of Lincoln University as a master's in sustainable agriculture. I have a BSc in molecular biology and biotechnology. I did a master's in Ghana in plant biotechnology, and then came to the US to do a sustainable agriculture where I specialized in molecular biology and genomics. And I came in 2003, and I am the firstborn of four, and I came to steady do research and also have a better life for myself here in the US. So that is basically a little me.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that. I guess I would ask, how do you feel about the approval notice?
Very good. Thank you. So a little bit. Actually, this it was very exciting. It was something that when we came to the US, we were fortunate to get the opportunity for people to tell us the way forward in attaining our green card and in terms of our immigration. So when we heard of doing the EB1, EB2 stuff, actually it looks very fine. It looks very big. If you don't get the right people to tell you about how it is, you feel like it's too much a big thing. I'm not saying it's not a big thing. It's a big thing. It's a big deal, but it's not that too much a big deal. When you get the right, especially when you get the right people to work with. So getting this EB2 approved is like a lot of joy and a lot of hope for me. Mhm.
Definitely. And how did you learn about Rima Consult?
Yes. Hmm. So the story about me and Rema Consults is from my. I think that I have a friend here. I don't know whether he's still here, whether he's online. Isaac, please, Isaac, are you around?
Yes, please, I'm
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah. That's the senior man who gave me the the push and then the idea about Rema Consult. So he spoke to me about Dr. Odro, and then I spoke to me about Dr. Odro. Then we had a group online. We invited him, and Dr. Odro talk to us about it. Talk to us about how you can get the EB2, educating us on the EB2, EB1 applications. And so when I heard that, I used to talk to my friend a lot, and then he was also telling me about it and how he's really close to Dr. Odro and how he's doing his things. And I can testify. I think we will get there. But so I also spoke to a friend. I had a junior who is also here, who is very close to Mr. Odro, Dr. Odro. So that's Kutus, Samuel J. So Samuel J also spoke to me that his brother here is doing a lot of these things. And he also confirmed that fact that he's also doing a lot of these things and he has done it for a number of people and he's very good at it. And then there was a dream that came in. I don't know whether Isaac will let me share. If not, then I can continue with the permission from the main boss, Isaac.
Go ahead, go ahead. Yeah.
So we will say we are also a people of prayer. We believe in God very much, and it's God that help us, man. It's God that give opportunity to man. So my brother had a dream, and in the dream he saw Dr. Joe sharing this green card to a lot of people, to a number of people, and then a number of people, and we were also part of it. And so that was also a confirmation that that is the right path to take. So I I contacted him, spoke to him, and I was a little bit troublesome. I think he will say it, but by God's grace, everything went through successfully. So that's how I heard. It's a long story and it's a very interesting one. And God has been faithful. We have been able to get this approved and hoping for the green card very soon.
Well, thank you for sharing that. I didn't know some of those things, but it's nice to hear those
Yeah.
ones. So, I guess I won't even ask you what influenced your decision because it looks like there are a lot of factors
Yes.
that influence your decision.
Yeah.
So I'll go straight to the point. And so, what were some of the specific factors or features of Rima Consults that stood out to you?
Yeah. Is it throughout the process? During the
Yes,
process?
yes, during the process.
Oh,
That's
okay.
correct.
So throughout the process is more like, yeah, we are from we are from Africa, and then we are from Ghana, and we have something like Ghana man time. But I think the Roma consult is more like time conscious. Let's do this today, so we are doing it. Let's do that. And anytime that he promises you that maybe we are going to get this thing done, it comes on. It's me myself. I'm talking about myself who used to delay things, and then because during that period I was writing my thesis and stuff, and I was a little bit dragging things and dragging that. But he was very time conscious and very committed into helping you. That is one thing, because he didn't get fed up with me when I was writing my thesis, and sometimes I didn't even tell him that it's because of my thesis and things moving up and down. I'm in one of the labs that there are a lot of work going on, a lot of things going on. So I'm always going up and down. But his patience and his team contact you through email, and then contacting you through email, and the encouragement because we saw the EB2 as a very big thing, like a very big. So my first consultation with him. So I think when you are working with Rima Consult, the first thing that you do is have a consultation with the CEO, Dr. Odro, and then when you talk with him. After talking with him, then you go forward with what to do and how to go. He look at your CV and see whether you qualify or you need this or you need that and make all things right. So and after that, after that, it was more like after that encouragement, making you know that no, you have it. You have what it takes to get it. You shouldn't listen to what any other person is saying. And whatever that he said was indeed true because now I've gotten approved and I've known that yes, is actually true. And it says your documentation can get you through. I believe it. Believe it. Because I don't think he wants to go through that hectic process and then go through. So I think I like the patience, I like the encouragement, and I also like the team prompt emails. When I send him email, actually me, I like working in the night. And I sent him a message in the night, not knowing he's also not sleeping. Then he will also respond. And it was a nice connection, and we became like very like a family, and then everything was working perfectly. So I like their team and how they work sincerely. Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you for sharing that. And then now tell us a little bit about your background. Initially you've discussed who you are, you've said a little bit about your degrees, you have a master's and a bachelor's from one of the best universities. In fact, I argue that it's the best university in Ghana. And this is me being partial because I also went there. And you also have a master's degree from Lincoln University in Missouri. But tell us a little bit about the projects that you are working on because you've been working on some exciting projects. And so like these things it helps other people know how they can situate uh, their endeavor and their experience for this NIW process. So if you don't mind, tell us like some of the things you've been doing on this project.
All right, so actually my project started from Ghana. Like my research experience started from back in Ghana, where I got to be in a project of $169,000 that was used to do a project on cowpea. So the title of the project was very interesting, and it was a very good project where we look at cowpea as uh, a sustainable poverty elevation food crop. So what we are doing in this research was more like we are trying to come out with varieties that are suitable for the northern part of Ghana, where is known as the place that has a certain level of poverty. So that project was very interesting. We came out and luckily we came out. Fortunately, we came out with 7 release varieties of cowpea for that side. And we were targeting a particular parasitic weed that was affecting the people of the northern region of Ghana. That was Striga gestneroides. So that was what brought me into plant biotech. In all my life, I had actually wanted to be in the medical field. So even in my internship and things, I've been going to do. I'm going to the labs, working in the medical labs. I worked in Konfanochi before, even twice. And I went to Tafo Hospital and all those things, trying to go into the medical field. But when I finished and completed my degree, and I was working as a research assistant in the University of Cape Coast. That was even before I started masters in the University of Cape Coast. It was the research that we were going through, and all those research counted in this. And then when I came to the US, I came to a professor's lab called Professor Valiondan Babu, and he was having a 5 million project and another two side projects that was more on industrial hemp, that to actually it's more under the climate smart. There's a big thing going on during the Biden administration about climate coming out with climate smart agriculture, coming out with climate things on the climate change. And so I was on this project where we were looking at hemp varieties as a carbon sequestration crop to help in to help count for the carbon credit. So this research was a 5 million project, and it was a big project and has a lot of collaborations. And we were working with different collaborators in different fields. And so we were playing very key we were playing very key role in this project because my boss was the principal investigator or the PI of the project. And so we were working more on the carbon sequestration aspects, more on the climate change. And this was something that the REMA consult capitalized on in working on my documentation, looking at how it contributes to the US, the whole US plan on climate agriculture or climate change, actually, on climate change. So that was basically the project, like the summary of the whole project that we were working on, just to cut it short.
Yeah, that's very true. Like I if I remember, it's been a while. I think we submitted it. It's been a while since we submitted, but I know that essentially your research, like we did position how these research that you've described from the hemp as well as the molecular and then phenotypic methods that you've
Yes.
been using to enhance crop resilience,
Yes.
how it has broader implications for food security in the United States globally, as well as the economic stability. And then, of course, what you've been saying over and over, environmental sustainability, right? How is it helping the environment? And these are what we used as the cornerstone to position you as a vital contributor to the future of sustainable agricultural practices and ecological resilience in the United States. And like you said, you worked on two federally funded projects, and then not only that, these projects had resulted in publications as well. So those were also things that you did. And then you had also been invited by, I think, what was it? Is it the Future Farmers Association to
Yes.
review some of their projects as well? So those are all things that we spoke about it. And one of the things that I remember is that what is your current citation? I think
It
when
was
we were some
when I submitted, I think it was 99, but now I think it's
okay.
107 or 108. Yeah.
Got you. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that just to give you a brief history of who he is. Like I said, he holds a bachelor's of degree from the University of Cape Coast. And then he also holds another master's degree from University of Cape Coast, but that was in molecular biology and biotechnology technology. And then he also holds a Master of Science degree in sustainable agriculture at the Lincoln University. So, like on that level, it tells you the breadth of skills that he has. And I think you are going to be enrolling in a PhD soon,
Yeah,
right?
in August. Yeah, in August.
Yeah.
And a PhD in August. Zoom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that those are some great things about that. Um. So, would you say that what was your confidence level? Like, how confident were you in the likelihood of a straight approval before working with the Rima Consult?
Yeah, this is the same question that I think I was discussing with my friend. Actually, it's the writing. It's the writing, the way Remo Consult put together my information. The way Remo Consult bring out like things. I was telling my friend that if I was to write this thing alone, even if I have something to look on, like the thoughts and how it was structured, like how he structured, like they structure my whole thing, my whole information, what I have and what I know, and then the information that they bring out. So even some of them, I also go back and see how he did it. Like how did he was he able to get this summary of Google Scholar, get this summary out, and all those things. He's able to bring out even the summary of your citations, where it's coming from all over the world, in Asia, in Oceania, and Australia, and all where people have cited you. And then it gets into even some top papers in your citations that have cited your work, and how the consultant will write about it, like write about the whole thing. I it like that was what gave me that motivation that Charlie, I think I've worked. So it is going to work. So I had that confidence. I had that confidence in the writing and how it was put together and how the encouragement and the confidence that you give into the information. I think it was very good. It was very good because that was what gave me that vim that I'll get it. Like get it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think, yeah, that's the talking about like the impact of your work. The impact of your work is really broad, like it has impacted almost globally because if I remember correctly, the evidence actually showed that people from University of Vienna in Austria, I think University of Tehran in Iran, also University of Florida,
Yes.
University of Nigeria, and the European Organization for Nuclear Research in Switzerland, and even the Chinese Academy of Science, and then in Grenfell University in United Kingdom, and many other countries that I can't recall on top of my head. Oh yeah, University of Saskatchewan in Canada as well. People and all researchers from all of those countries had used your work, and even federally funded researchers in the United States leveraged your past research to inform their current research. So it also helps discuss like the impact of your work beyond your sphere of contact. So like all over the world, people were utilizing your work, and it also shows how credible you are. I think in terms of continents, we had Africa, people from Africa,
Yes.
Asia, South America, North America, Europe, and even Oceania.
Yes.
They had all utilized their work. So all of these really help, like, um, tell the story to the United States government that Mr. Joshua, your boy Siama, is doing a very great job. And then all this are also even utilizing your expertise. So that really did also help in your case as well. So that was great. And of course, like you said earlier on, um, before we had submitted, it was around 98.
Yes.
And then by the time the approval uh came, it had increased. So that also tells the officer that, hey, even in a short time, like, in a 45 days, people are still utilizing. So it's not just past glory.
Yes.
It is, yeah. So that also did help. Yeah. And I know we finished everything, and then you were all about the place. I
Yeah.
won't say it. We are in public.
Don't
We are
store
in
in the
public.
please, you
So
are in
I won't say
public.
it.
Please, I
I
beg
won't
you.
say it. But can you share your overall impression of the services that we provided during the time we worked together?
Yes. Yes. So for me, I think it's the commitment that you put into making it happen. I don't think it's because maybe you want to finish me and do other people, but I think you had time for me. For me in particular, I like the patience that you had for me and the time that you had. The time like you had time for me to work on my paper. And I tell you that you don't really get any mistake in there. Whatever that he sends you, because this was more like something that we say is yeah, we don't conclude as our life, but it's something very important because we want to attain our green card and all those things. So we put keen interest in it. So whenever he sends the information, I try to read it. So if I'm not able to look at it like how I want to look at it, I'll be delaying. I want to just try and then go through it and so that see that everything that he put together for me is also right. And I tell you that you will not really get that mistakes that you see in like maybe someone who doesn't really care and just writing something for you just to while the time there. But it was the patience, and it was the commitment, and I always say the encouragement that you give us, because we saw it as a so far from us, like, okay, let me wait, you have to get a PhD maybe after a PhD. So now I tell my friend and I tell them to contact, because I had the confidence now to tell people to contact him, because it's like if you do not get it, he will not tell you you get it. So just contact him to see. Just contact him and then contact the consult to see whether you get it or not. So it's the patience, is the It's the hard work that you put into writing these, helping me get these things together, and also the commitment that you show, and then the patience, I will say again, and the encouragement is what keeps me. Yes.
Okay.
And you know
And
something? Then you know something. After everything, you pray by it for you. So that one is was another thing.
yeah, that is true. Yeah, and not just for Christians. If you're a
Yeah.
Muslim, they suggest putting that out. So did you find any transparency in this whole process? Like, for those who are considering using the remote console, like, did you find transparency in this whole process?
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think there was transparency, very much transparency, because with the money aspect, we update ourselves. So I know Mr. Odo will tell you, okay, this man is this, so it's 25 left. This man is this, is that one left. So that one, the transparency is there. So, and then you send your money, then he let you know that he has received it. You understand? That aspect is also there. And the transparency in terms of what he is doing, like the work that he's doing for you. Okay, I'm writing this, I'm putting this there. Then he told the reason why he's putting, sometimes I ask him a question, okay, then why are you saying this? Then he'll give you the reason why he's putting it there. Then you realize that, oh, it makes sense. It makes sense. It's like, it's not someone who will tell you that you don't know, like, I know what I'm doing. So you can't be asking me any unnecessary questions. You get it and all those things. That he let you know why he's putting this thing there and why is it important that he put it there. Why it is important that he put it there, and he'll make you realize certain things, and you see that you go through with him. So you go through with him. So I think it's transparent. It's transparent, and also your document is still there. The folder that you have, all your document, everything that you put together is still there with him. So you and him share that shared folder. I don't know those who have started, but if you started with him, you have a shared folder, and that folder is still there, and every document is still intact and it's still there. It's yours. So I think I appreciated that transparency.
Definitely. Thank you for sharing that. And in as much as you've shared great information about Rema Consults, we also want to know things we can do to improve our services day in and day out. So, like, are there any areas where you think Rema Consults could improve their services?
Okay. So I think I have to think about this thing a little bit. I will think about it a little bit. There's always something small you can add to something to make it better. So I think maybe I would say maybe getting a lot of staff.
Okay.
Maybe having a number of staff
Oh, okay.
yeah. Because why am
Okay.
I saying this? Uh, it's like I know it's going to be bigger, and then people will be coming because I don't know anyone who will ask me where to go, and I'll not tell him to come to Rema Consult. And so it's
Yeah,
like going to be bigger, and so you have to get
gotcha.
a lot of people to help you. And then there was okay. Let me say the reason why maybe I'm adding this, and this came to mind is like I had a friend who was maybe trying to contact you, and then it seems you were a little bit busy doing like helping other people. And as I'm saying, maybe it's going to be bigger, and so you may need. So he had that challenge that maybe he's not reaching out. Like he's not getting you as fast as you can. We are different, and there's some people who when they want their thing, they want it faster. Yeah, they want it faster. So maybe they're trying to put a lot of pressure on you, and maybe you're also under your own pressure and working on your own, working on stuff. Maybe other people for the same consult. So maybe a number of staff will also help. Thank you.
Yeah, that's definitely our staff keeps increasing, but yeah, you're right. We could add more. Yeah, thank you so much. So Now to those who are considering doing this whole process, right? What would be your one line of advice that you're going to give them? So say that I came in the United States like last August and I'm thinking of staying in the United States for long term. Like what would you tell me?
Okay, so I think I wish Mr. Odro is off. What I will tell you, let me tell you a secret. What I will tell you is that start early. Like you have to start early. Start early because if the staff is increasing, you know the price will go up. So, so start early. Start early. Yeah, I think that you should start early because if you had started earlier, I think it would have been better because yeah, start early. Sometimes you don't know what you have until you meet you meet him. Yeah. You don't know what you have until you meet him. Because the information that he pulled up, and then I went to check and I realized that through this person have signed my distance, this have signed my distance, and yeah, I wanted to even learn how to do that. I was telling my friend that yeah, these are things that we can use for writing things about ourselves, like bringing out that information about you. If it's maybe something, the picture crowd on your CV is nice. So it's like it's you don't know what you have unless you meet him. So it's better you start early. Let me tell you something. One thing is that they'll be telling you about the lawyers, and maybe even some lawyers will not take recommendations and all those that yes, they are good and they may take a lot of money. But for now, since Remote Consult is charging this, and then the staff is coming to increase, you know what will happen. So I think it's better you start early and then save some to do even the premium. Save some money, you do the premium, and then you go you go on. So I think it's better you start early, contact and know what you have. That is what I would say. Yes, and have that faith. Have faith in the Roman consult. If they say you're going to get it, have faith in God and the Roman consult. You continue and then you do. You be prompt. Don't be like me. Yeah, like be prompt and then respond. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. And what I would add up to it is that like yeah, get involved in doing things, sometimes volunteer, help out, do things that like Joshua, aside his project, he worked with a lot of like even farmers in the United States. He could even get different professors all over the US to also, help. So like get involved, work with different people, volunteer if you can, and yeah, just I think even if you equip yourself with the information you need, I think it's important. Like even if you don't have it, you know that I need A, B, and C, so that you are planning towards it in a year or 6 months, rather than you don't know anything and then the time just keeps passing by. So that's the thing I would say. So one of the other things is that we're going to open the floor for a couple of questions, and we can't answer all questions, but um, there will be a couple of questions, and if it's something for Joshua, he can address it. If it's something for me, I will address it as well.
For me, it's not actually a question. It's just that like what you are doing is really good. Like bringing successful cases here. People talking about their testimonies and stuff. All the good things that you guys have been doing. The way in which you guys put things together, something like that. It's kind of really motivating. I think it's kind of move people who maybe have been kind of how can I put it, like procrastinating. Oh, can I do this? Can I do this? Something like that. Because the amount of news you get out there, you go on the media or you go on the website, some site, or you contact some lawyers, they'll start telling you some really big things, and then you start looking at yourself, wait a minute. Am I really qualified? Or do I have to do my PhD? Or do I have to like do 4, 5, 6 publications, something like that? That is really difficult. But I think like the last one I attended, the last one a couple weeks ago. No, I'm also attending this one today. So most of the things I'm hearing is kind of really encouraging, and I will actually push people to start doing this thing really fast. As Joshua was just saying. So thank you guys for the good work. For me, I'm already here. I think I'm just waiting. I'm in a line. So
yes. Thank you so much, Sam. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Yes. So I'm going to allow for like in the next 4 minutes, and if there are no questions, I'm going to put the websites where you can reach us. If you have any questions, let me put that in the chat. Let's put it in the chat. Yep, I just put it in. Yeah, so if you want to reach out to Rima Consults, I just put it in there. And I'm getting some private messages, but I think I would respond to that separately. Yes.
So, Dr. Bro, please, like maybe in some few minutes, I don't know whether you can use some few minutes because there are some people online who don't really know about the NIW, the EB2, like maybe a little something, maybe this is this is that, for them to just know so that they can contact you, like just a little bit. Mhm.
Yeah, let me see if I can get how do you call it? The USCI's website. That would be a very good information to like keep on. Since that is from the whole website. Okay. So I'm going to put in what the EB2 itself means. In fact, I can even add the EB1 as well. Okay, so essentially the EB2 NIW is one of the categories. In fact, there are many categories. Here at River Consult, we do EB1A. Even with EB1A, there are a lot of categories. We have EB1A, we have EB1B, we have EB1C, and then we have EB2 NIW. We also have the EB2 PEM labor certification, and we also have the EB3 PEM labor certification. Some of these categories are self-petitioned, which means that you can petition by yourself, and some of them must be petitioned by a company, right? So, for example, PEM labor certification um, must come from a company who is willing to employ you, but NIW and EB1 can come from an individual, and then you don't need it. So I've pasted the chats in the chat what the EB1 and EB2 does, but essentially the categories are very different. For the EB1, there are 10 requirements, of which you need to show 3. Showing 3 is the most easiest part of EB1. The difficult part in arguing for an EB1 is to show that even though the person meets the 3, the person falls within the top 10%, and that is where most of the issues come from in terms of EB1. For the NIW, essentially there are 3 prongs that you have to argue for, which is the substantial merit and national importance of your expertise in the United States. That is one prong together. The second prong is to argue that you are well positioned to advance your expertise in the United States. So if we take the case of Joshua, his substantial merit and national importance were around the argument that his expertise is really important for global food security in the United States. Aside that, to the projects that he's working on were funded by the USDA, which is the United States Department of Agriculture, which is an indication that the project he's doing is benefiting the federal government, which shows the national importance. Now, with regards to the fact that he's well positioned, he had a lot of, first of all, he had a lot of experience in his field, so that is an indication that he's an expert. His educational skills and knowledge was very on point. He also had a record of success in the field of agricultural sustainable practices. more importantly, to more research that have users work for a lot of from a lot of different countries have users work. All of these things shows that he's an expert in the field. He also had played critical role in federally funded projects. Now, everybody's argument is going to be different depending on your case, right? He also had reviewed some projects for the Future Farmers Association. Oh, and we even forgot, Joshua, now that I think about it, you had some media publications, right? Some of them were internal media publications, but yeah, you did have some, internal media publications.
Media, internal
Yes,
media,
yes, those ones as well.
Mhm.
Yeah. So every it's kind of the arguments that are going to be built are different and depending on your portfolio, that is what we determine how we build an argument. And I think aside that as well, like, what you did was very instrumental for the Kansas Black Farmers Association, the
Yes.
GIC Group, and then the Midwest Natural Fiber. So yeah, those are some of the ways we can argue. Yes, yeah. And I think you have a very detailed future plan, which you're already doing it, you promised the US government you were going to further your PhD, which you already have a PhD offer, which is very great. And from there, you're going to continue doing research. And then, so yeah, those are some of the ways you show. And then the last prong is actually to argue that it makes sense to waive the job requirements. And that even though he's going to be granted a green card, is not going to harm any US citizen or a permanent resident from losing his or her job. So I think in essence, these are some of the ways the arguments could be built for any client. And like I said, everyone is different, but this is just kind of like situating what NIW is and how that interacts with Mr. Joshua, your boy CMS specific case. So yeah, I think we've said enough. I personally want to thank Joshua for taking the time to come here today. And I do hope that this interview will serve as a motivation and an inspiration to people who are considering the process. Whether or not you use Rema Consult, just think about how you can either start the process or get information on what you need to start the process as well. Yeah, so it's going to be a bye, but I want to thank you all for also coming as well. If you want to contact us, you can just type Rema Consult, www.remaconsult.com. We are there. We are on YouTube, and we can help you get there. But nice to have you here, and then bye for now.